I just want to let you know also that the recording of this session will be available for you to watch after. So if you don't gather all the information that we are giving you today, that's okay. You can review that video as many times as you want. With that in mind, so I will start by presenting a slideshow, and after that we'll do a live demo in my Chromebook. So you have an idea how the Chromebook interface looks like, where the menus are, and what is the difference between a regular computer and a Chromebook. So with that in mind, just let me share my screen here real quick and we can take it from there. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Again, my name is Annie and I work for Cyber Seniors, right? That's the organizations I work for. And basically what we do as Cyber Seniors is we teach all their adults how to use technology, right? And just 1 second here. When you can see, if you have your camera on, please show me the thumbs up so I can be aware that you actually can see the screen. So if we can see this, please, thumbs up. Okay, perfect. All right, fantastic. So I can see a few thumbs up right there. Nice. Okay, so today's presentation is going to be about why are Chromebooks popular? Give me a second, please. Just 1 second here.
Annie, should we be having sound?
Say that again.
Should we be hearing any kind of music or anything? Because we're not
No, it is because I shared my office with my husband and he has a meeting at the same time. I was trying to explain him that if he can just keep his distance, he's also talking. So I don't want that in the feedback.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. So I was saying that today's presentation is going to be about why are Chromebooks popular. So we are going to navigate about the different aspects that make these kind of devices popular. And I hope that you can gather some important information from today's presentation. Now, moving forward with my slides, so we are going to move to the next one. Here's a little bit about the introduction of Chromebooks in the shopping world. So the first Chromebook for sale by Acer Inc. and Samsung was announced in May 2011 and began shipping in June 2011. So just a month after they announced this device, they start shipping in the States, I believe. So what is a Chromebook? If you don't know what that is, so let's take a look at this. So this is a photo of a Chromebook on your left. And a Chromebook is a laptop that you can use mainly when you are online. And also in this type of devices, you don't save files into regularly. It's not quite the functionality of the Chromebook. With Chromebooks, word processing, which is Microsoft Word or Google Docs, spreadsheets such as Google Excel, and editing, website building, or note-taking applications is done or are done through the web via Google's Chrome browser, with your work being saved in the cloud. And for those of you who have a Gmail account, the cloud for you will be Google Drive. And this is the icon on the right side of the screen. What this means is that Chromebooks don't usually have much storage and don't need a high-speed processor. This in turn makes them reasonably cheap compared to regular computers. For example, those running with Windows or Mac OS, which is operating system. Okay, Chromebooks run with Chrome operating system and is a simple Linux-based operating system. So whenever you see this OS is operating system, so that you are aware. And basically these type of systems are focused around the Chrome browser. So you don't see as much downloading of applications because some of the programs are already integrated into the browser of the Chromebook. By 2014, Chromebooks began to take over the market. The primary reason for their popularity is pretty much the price. And if you compare a Chromebook with a laptop, for example, Chromebooks had by 2014 the most features of a laptop, but without the expensive memory of laptops. If you compare them by 2014 with iPads, they cost roughly $199, whereas a basic iPad price can come from $300 to $400. So that's an idea for you about why they become so popular in terms of prices. In 2020, Chromebook sales blew up as students and workers raced for budget-friendly laptops while transitioning to a work-from-home lifestyle. According to Google, Chrome operating system sales skyrocketed by 92% year over year, replacing Mac operating system as the second largest operating system after Windows 10, which is one of the recent operating systems for laptop computers that navigate with this kind of system. In 2021, 37.3 million were shipped and over 20 million have already been sold in 2022, which indicates that a large community of users has grown around them alongside a large ecosystem of applications in comparison to other type of devices. And let's see what are the pros of using a Chromebook, just in case you want to have a rough idea of that. So here we have, of course, the price, as this was one of the first things we have mentioned, and they are much cheaper to buy than traditional computers. So I include here like a rough price of some of the Chromebooks I found online. I took these prices from Amazon. So you see you have $189, $188, and these are cheap models of Chromebooks. You also will have much expensive ones, but if you have a limited budget, you might want to find one that is working with a simple system and doesn't have too many advanced features, if you will. Okay, the second reason why they are good, it is because do not mainly rely on locally run applications. Any updates to your Chromebook and the Google software you use are carried out regularly and automatically by Google. So one of the problems that we face when we have computers, and if you invest a lot of time in a computer, is that you need to keep your computer up to date, whether it's the software or the new version of applications. With Chromebook, that kind of problem diminishes a little bit because everything is run through Google and the updates are pretty much done automatically. So you don't have to worry too much about this thing. In the third aspect, we have that because there are no moving parts in the Chromebooks, they are much less prone to developing mechanical faults. This means that Chromebook users generally enjoy reliability and longevity and a lack of repair bills. If you worry about maintenance, that might be a good thing for you to obtain a Chromebook. Okay, and more details about these benefits with the Chromebooks. So they are much less vulnerable to viruses. Due to the emphasis on cloud-based working, using a Chromebook doesn't tend to involve many software installations, making it pretty difficult for users to get a virus on one. Note, however, that you can still get phish on a Chromebook, which is a much different cybersecurity concern. And phishing can be done not only through a Chromebook, but also in your smartphone, in the iPad. You just have to be careful about those pop-ups or notifications that you receive every now and then with prices, with claiming of a family member having issue, they are gonna be in jail, or the RSI claiming that you are behind in your taxes, things of that nature. Those are kind of phishing attacks, and they are, you know, they can happen to anybody despite the device they use. The bottom line in terms of security is that it's always essential to take general cybersecurity precautions when using a Chromebook. But this is one of the safer computing options available, especially if you are an older adult. All right. And using a Chromebook for personal entertainment. Suppose that you want a laptop just to watch Netflix or shows on the move if you are a person who might travel to visit family and friends and you want a light device that allow you to have this access to a streaming platform. There is little point in purchasing an expensive Apple product or a high-end Windows device when you can actually access video content perfectly well via the Chrome browser that a Chromebook offers. And the summary of the benefits are as follows. So Chromebooks and other Chrome operating system devices are very cheap in comparison to traditional laptops and computers. The Chromebook operating system is considered fast and also stable. Machines are typically light, compact, and easy to transport. And they have also long battery life. Viruses and malware present less of a risk in this type of devices than other type of computers. And you can install an increasingly wide range of Android and Linux applications because now they offer the Play Store and you can download quite a few things and nice features through the Play Store. All right. Now we are going to check the cons of using Chromebooks because everything has a good, but also a bad part, and we want you to have both ends of the coin. So moving forward, so there are some significant downsides to consider. Many popular business applications won't run on Chromebooks. So if you are not too worried about this, don't need to pay attention too much, but basically this is something that you need to keep in consideration. They are considerably less functional if you don't have access to a Wi-Fi connection, as they work through a browsing system. Like if you were looking something online, if you don't have a connection to the internet, it's gonna be quite challenging for you to do different things. So that is also a downfall of the Chromebook. And here we have place specifications on the left and descriptions on the right. So if we talk about Microsoft 365, and Microsoft 365 include access to Outlook email, to PowerPoint, to Microsoft Word, to Microsoft Excel. So if you use any of these applications, while you can perform tasks through those applications in a Chromebook, via the online version or Android application, some features might not be available. So if you are a person who uses Microsoft 365 quite often and don't want to lose any of their capabilities, you might want to think twice before purchasing a Chromebook. In terms of edit images and video, although you can do either on Chromebooks, they are not the best option for multimedia applications. They have no advanced gaming capabilities either. Of course, there are a few games that you can have access on the Google Play Store. However, there aren't many options outside this Play Store. Minimal local storage. If you are deeply concerned about this, typically Chromebooks only have 32 gigabytes of local storage available. This means that you are able to save a few images and things like that on the device itself, but no much more. And if you want to print from the Chromebook, although you can do it, setting up the function can be a little bit challenging and take a little bit of work. Also, in addition, Some printers might not be even compatible with Chromebook, making almost impossible for you to print documents from the device. So those are the highlights in terms of the cons of using Chromebooks. And here I have included a nice part, which is if you have a old laptop at home and you want to repurpose that laptop, you might want to check into the option to turn it into a Chromebook. So if you have an old laptop struggling to run on the latest version, whether the laptop is Windows or runs with a Mac operating system, you can give it a new sense of life by tuning the machine into a Chromebook. This can be done downloading Chromium operating system, which is an open source product related to and highly similar to Chrome operating system. Also, you can install it on your own machine if you want to give that a try. The Chromium operating system, it can turn a slow computer into one that boots up quickly and works perfectly fine as a tool for web browsing, consuming entertainment, content, or even working in the cloud through Google Drive. So that's something you can have in mind if you have an old device at home and you want to change the way they are used. You can maybe turn it into a Chromebook with the Chromium operating system. Okay, I'm gonna stop here and I'm going to move to my Chromebook and let's take a look at the Chromebook so you see how that looks like. And I hope that when I'm sharing my screen, you can see me just fine. So here's my Chromebook. I'm gonna minimize this window. Okay, so this is my Chromebook screen. And if you notice, it's not too different to a regular computer. At the bottom of the screen, you have something that is called the taskbar, right? And you have all these applications that are pinned into the taskbar. The applications you mainly will see pinned here are applications related to Google. So for instance, we have here Google Chrome, which is the browser for Google. We have Gmail, which is the mail application for Google. We have Google Docs, which is the word processing application for Google. We have YouTube that now is directly connected to Google as a video streaming platform, to call it some way. We have the Play Store, which is the application you use to download applications. And we have here a version of Zoom. It's much more different than a regular one you will have in your computer because it's called PWA, which is the kind of version that the system of the Chromebook allow me to use. And you have here also the calendar of Google. If you pay attention towards the right side, you have information such as today and other fast components of the Chromebook, which is not too different from a regular laptop because here you will find a quick access menu and it's not the section for the Chromebook. The Chromebook, when you sign in, it can be used with your email account, with your Gmail account, and you will be signed in immediately after, meaning once you log in into the Chromebook, you will be also logging into Gmail. And when you open Gmail, for example, you won't have to type any other password. You don't have to do anything else because it will display the homepage of your Gmail as you log in at the beginning in the Chromebook, and the information was already placed there. Moving and coming back to the quick settings menu. So as a regular laptop, here you can find access to configurations, the shutdown button, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi connections, and accessibility. And you have a few other things. And if you want to expand this particular menu, you can click here in this little arrow pointing to the top, right? And it will show a few other details or functions that you can access here. You have the volume controls, no different to a regular computer. And also you can control here the brightness of your device, right? Right now, it won't do any different actions for you on the screen because it's not something that is possible to see physically. But yeah, you have the controls for the volume and the brightness right here. And you have a notification center. If you have any new notifications, you can access those by clicking here where it says see all notifications, and any kind of actions that you're performing while using your Chromebook will be here. So for instance, now I'm sharing my screen on Zoom and it's showing me that. And usually it will time how long I have been performing an action, such as the case for me here. So I'm gonna click outside and I'm going to minimize this window, and I'm going on the left or to the left where this little circle is, and this is called the launcher. So the launcher is a place you will refer to in a Chromebook to find your applications. If you use a Windows laptop, for example, you will use that Windows icon that you have in your keyboard to open your applications. Well, in the Chromebook is this button right here. You will notice immediately after that, as opposed to a Windows computer, for example, you can look things through Google. You see, the Google icon is right here at the top. And if you have opened certain applications, those usually will be listed here. And it will say something like continue where you left off, means you can resume that part you were last. And at the bottom, you have all the applications that are available for you to use in your Chromebook. And if you pay close attention to this, most of these applications, once you open them, they will be open in the browser. So say, for example, that I go to YouTube. So when I click in YouTube, I won't see the YouTube application opening. I will go to a tab in my browser and I will open YouTube from the browser. So that's something that differentiate Chromebooks from a computer. When you go to a computer, if you have, for instance, the YouTube application, the interface will look much more different. But if you use a Chromebook, the opening of that application will be mainly in the browser. So I'm in the browser here, and you know that I am because I have two different tabs, right? And I have the plus sign to keep opening tabs as I navigate in my Chromebook. I can minimize this again, and I can go to my launcher, and I can keep opening applications. You see how they, open in the browser. So say that I want to go to my calendar, right? And the calendar, since it's integrated in the Chromebook, it will look a little bit different. But basically here, you will be able to manage different tasks that you want. The interface looks much more spaceful, much more larger in comparison to other applications you will use. But it's much more compact, if you will. Say that you want to explore your settings. So has any other device that you use, whether it's your smartphone because you have an iPhone or an Android or a Mac or any other device, you want to do modifications on your Chromebook, you can refer to the settings. And in the settings, you can change anything that you want. In the settings, sometimes you come here, and much like any other device, especially your iPad, the main menus will be on the left, okay, such as it's showing here, and the different choices from that menu will be on the right. So network is anything related to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Notice also that on the right side, you will find a scroll bar, right? And that scroll bar allows you to click and hold on to, and you can move slowly down to see the different menus. So start by the Wi-Fi or the network, but you can go all the way down. Though these categories will take you directly to a menu, you can simply use this scroll bar as well to go to the different options. Depending on what you want to do, or modify in terms of settings, you will choose accordingly. So let's go to accounts. You see a little bit more about how am I signed in into this Chromebook. So when you are using your Gmail account in your Chromebook, that is going to be under accounts. And it will tell you something like it's telling me right now, currently signed as cyber seniors. And it will say one Google account, which is my Gmail account. And if I want to see further details, I will go to the right side, clicking this tiny arrow right here. And when I do that, it's gonna show me what account am I using with this Chromebook. Sorry about that. So here is the account that I'm using with my Chromebook. And it's basically the name under that account and the Gmail account. So Google is Gmail. Gmail is the mail application of Google. And you can keep adding accounts as you wish. If you ever want to add a different account, you can come here and it will take you to the process of adding another account into your Chromebook, and it will look exactly like if you were about to sign in your browser. It will ask you for your email and after for your password. Okay, I'm gonna close this and I'm going to personalization. So you can do different changes in your Chromebook, much like you will do in your iPad. For instance, one thing that is preferred among different people is the ability to personalize how the background or the wallpaper or the screensaver of their device look like. So if I go to my wallpaper and style, I can decide how do I want the background or the wallpaper of my Chromebook to be. So here you will find different kind of sceneries, and depending on what you want, you will select accordingly. So my screensaver is this. And if you wonder what a screensaver and wallpaper is, they are two different things in the sense that wallpaper is kind of a fixed picture that you will be seeing constantly in that home page of your device. In the case of a screensaver, is for the occasions when you are not actively using your device and the screen goes black. So it will activate this screensaver. That is something that consumes battery usually in your devices. So as you see, I don't have that activated at this point. I don't know if you see, I received a notification about an update. And I believe that's something I mentioned when we were in the Google Slides presentation. The amazing thing about Google Chromebooks is that they have that capability of setting updates automatically. And here, all I need to do when I receive this kind of notification is just click in restart to update. Of course, I cannot do that now because my computer will be going off, my Chromebook will be going off, and I will stop sharing the screen. But that's a nice thing. You will just simply restart your device to apply or set those updates that just happen to be available at this point, which is kind of nice because we don't have that organization skill in terms of being on top of updates. So the Chromebook will do it for us. Okay, so let's watch the wallpapers and see what options do we have in here. So you have different options here depending what do you prefer. I love sceneries, right? And that's why I select this type. You also have something like landscapes, you have heritage, elements, and you can select from either one of the picture or set a collage for the backgrounds or the wallpaper to change every other time. So say that I'm going to select this one that is called art. When you're selecting that one, it's gonna change or show you all the different options that you have in terms of wallpaper. And you can, as I say, change them periodically. In this case, you can change daily, right? And if you do that, what is going to happen is that every other day you use your Chromebook, the imagery will be changed, right? If you want only to select one, you can just literally click on that and that will be the photo selected and in your background or your home page. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at all change daily, and I will leave it like that, and I will use refresh to apply my changes, and I will show you how that looks like. So I just changed my wallpaper, and this is how it looks like, and I did that from the settings. Now, when you are using an application in a Chromebook, if you pay attention, you have a tiny little indication below the icon that you're using. Like it's kind of a little line underneath. That indicates that you are currently using that application. So for instance, I have my Chrome browser open, but also I have my Gmail open. I was navigating YouTube. I am in Zoom, which is the application I'm using to share my screen, and see all these applications have this kind of little line on the bottom indicating that I'm currently navigating that application. And if you want to go back to an application, while you have the application open, the icon will be placed here in this taskbar, and you can just click, right? And it will take you back to where you left. All right. And if I move forward, something nice also about the menu of settings is your ability to access accessibility option, which is one of the things that are quite popular these days, especially for people with visual impairments, with hearing loss, with a speech impairment as well. And you can just come here to this accessibility menu, and you will be able to, change more things. So for instance, this mouse that you are seeing, this is considered an accessibility tool, because what I'm doing is that whenever I'm in a menu, that little mouse or cursor will be indicating or guiding me on where I am. And for you to see the different options in terms of accessibility, you can go to each of them by going to the arrows, but also you will find this kind of switch tool. Is very similar to the ones you have in the iPad, because if you want to enable something, you have to click in there to enable, as opposed to what happened with the iPad. Instead of being green, it would be blue, but it's the same kind of concept. When the color is highlight, it means that option is now enabled. You pay attention very closely to the description that you have for accessibility features at the bottom, because they give you an idea about what will happen when you do a modification. You don't want to end modifying things that actually are not going to be of help for you, and be careful of the descriptions at the bottom. So for instance, this one that says text to a speech, what it means is that there is a screen reader that whenever you are clicking or navigating through menus, that screen reader will tell you where you are. And if you are a visual impaired person, this is actually a very nice tool to have. Now, if I extend this menu, and if you wonder how did I do that, I went to this arrow on the right side, click in there. I came here where it says Chromebox and select to speak. So the Chromebox, what it does is here's fucking feedback, so you can use your device without looking at the screen, right? It's a Braille feedback. Braille feedback is available with a connected device if you have any other device that navigates through this system. And you have select to speak, which here a specific text read out loud. First, you can select the speak icon at the bottom of your screen and then highlight the text. So that's a nice thing. I personally don't use this one because I don't find they are useful for me, but I can just use my back button to go back. And I have things like display and magnification, and I can go here, and I will be seeing things such as color inversion, in which case what it is gonna do is going to change how I see the colors so they are more stand out for a visual impaired person who has disparity with how they see the colors. So you have here, notice how when it's disabled, right, the coloration of icons would be much more different. And what it does is highlight the colors that are more easy to see for visual impairment visual impaired individuals, sorry. So with this disable this, you have also a full screen magnifier. And if you do this, it's gonna, extend the screen, and basically you will be able to navigate like that. So it can be a little bit tricky to navigate if you are not familiar, but you can just disable right after, and it will take you back to where you were. What the full screen magnifier does, similar to what you have in your iPad, is that allow you to see letters much bigger without increasing the font size. Okay, and you have way much more things in terms of accessibility, but I'm gonna stop right there. I think that I have made my point come across in this sense. You can modify many things in terms of accessibility, and it will depend of what your need is. As I said, mine that I find is not only helpful for a person who is visually impaired, but in general for you to orientate yourself when you navigate, is the cursor and touchpad. And if I use that one, I will be able to use things such as automatic click. So it means when the cursor stops, basically that is an indication that the mouse, that you can select that option. You can also decide the color of the cursor if you wanted a different color, right? So mine was before red, but I can change it as I want, right? I rather red because it's kind of more standing out, and you can also select the mouse to highlight when it's moving. So if I disable this, you will no longer see that kind of circle that goes around when I'm selecting something. So that's kind of nice tricks that you can use to navigate much better and much easier when you are using this kind of Chromebook. Also, something that I must notice about Chromebooks is that they are very user-friendly. They are very simplified. You don't need to worry about most of the things you will worry if you use any other laptops or Macs such as Windows. Sorry, laptops such as Windows and Mac laptops. Finally, I'm gonna go to apps, and here in apps, you will see different menus, especially in terms of how to manage your applications. You can decide if you want to concede application permissions, if you receive a notification from the application, and you can just go to this option that says manage your apps, and it will display all the applications that you have available in your Chromebook. It bears repeating that most of these applications work through the browser, and they are quite simplified. That's what they don't consume a lot of storage in your device, right? Because they are cloud-based. I'm gonna finalize with the Play Store, because now the Chromebook have this tool integrated in them. And if you have used or have an Android device, this is now available on Chromebooks too. So in your Android, you can use Play Store, and now in Chromebooks, you can use Play Store as well. I will click here so you see how it looks like. Obviously, it's gonna be much more larger in terms of how big the screen look like. You have a set of menu on the left, right? You have games, app, books, and depending on what you look for, you will select accordingly. If you want to look for apps, you will place your mouse and click in apps. And something worth mentioning is that all these applications will be synced with my Gmail account. And you will notice whenever I go in my Chromebook, this little circle with the information of my Gmail account will be displayed at the top. And if I click in there, right, I have all the details of my Gmail account that is associated with my Play Store. So now to look for an application is as simple as you will do it in your App Store, in your iPad, or if you use an Android, it's exactly the same. You have a search bar, and you can refer to that bar to actually find the application you are looking for. To look for an application, it would be as simple as using your keyboard. Type the name of the application, select from the list, say that I picked the first one, and after the associated applications with that word I typed there, it will come here, right? So if I want to download, I will be able to see here the reviews, how many people have downloaded that application, and of course, the previews of the application. So you have an idea how it works once it's downloaded. So my main point with opening the Play Store is that you see that it works very similar as it will do in an Android device. The only difference is the size of it and how you can, experience the clicking and the browsing of the device. You have categories, much more if you were in an Android. They look larger, but you have recommended for you, right? You have feature apps, entertainment, and as you scroll down, you will find different categories. So categories are these titles right here. And if you select in a category, it will show all the applications that you can download from these categories. We mentioned in the slide that there won't be too much due the fact that the Chromebooks don't have much space. So you will be kind of limited in this sense. So you won't have this kind of advantage to download so many applications. If you are an avid user of different type of softwares, that might not work or turn as good if you are using a Chromebook. I'm going back to my launcher now that I explored a little bit more about the Play Store, and I'm going to show you the Drive, which is the cloud-based system that the Chromebook uses to save documents and information when you receive any. I'm gonna click in Google Drive, right? And it will take me to the Google Drive right here. As I say, is navigated through the browser. So it's not different than what we did with Gmail. YouTube is very much the same. And when you are using your Google Drive, I don't know if you are aware, you will be able to share your information with different people at the same time. So, and that's kind of an advantage of using a cloud-based system, in this case, Google Drive. And if you want to share, say, for example, you want to share a photo, you will click over this photo, right? And you have this set of options on the top, and you can come here what this icon is. That looks like a person's profile with the plus sign. Click in there and it would allow you to share this photo with different people. You can share, copying a link, or you can include the email of the person, in which case the person will receive a communication indicating that the file is available for them to see. And you can decide if you want them to be a viewer, or if you want them to be an editor, or if you want them to be a commenter. So that is a nice thing that you have with the Chrome. You have a Drive system. And in general, if you don't have a Chrome and you have a Gmail account, you will still have access to Google Drive as one of the features that Gmail users have or Google users have. So you have access to all the packages, the Google Suite package, and you can use multiple things. And I was about to show you, I'm gonna look here for files. There you are. So finally, if you get an email with any attachment, or you decide to download something from your email, usually that will come to files, and I will click in files. And in files, you will have a folder called downloads. And as I say, anything that you download from the internet or from any kind of system that you use should be here in this file folder, right? And in your files, you have also access to Google Drive. So it's a nice place to have everything concentrated and focused on one application. So I will leave it at that since we have 15 minutes left and I would like to take questions now. And I hope that this was somehow insightful for you guys. So you can unmute yourself now if you have any questions. I know it's quite a long presentation. I hope it wasn't too boring. Okay, so yeah, so I have Brenda, Dina, Madeline, Jacqueline, Teresa, and Denise. So I will start with Brenda, which is the first person I see in my gallery. So go ahead, Brenda, ask your question.
Okay, Annie, now you said one of the pros of having the Chromebook is that they're much less vulnerable to viruses. So the apps that you have on it, do you ever have to update them or, you know, back them up?
No, they don't need to be backed up because everything is done through a cloud system. So as everything is in the cloud, you will think that it's already backed up. So there is no need to, you know, keep up to updates or software because that it becomes less a problem. As you see, I don't need to actually program the updates because the Chromebook does it for me. So whenever there is something available, I would just have to restart my Chromebook when I am prompt to do it. But there is less concerning about them.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, I think it's a great item to have, but I would think it'd be more or less for working people. you know,
I actually don't think for me, for example, I have a Chromebook, I have a Windows laptop, I have an iPad, and along all my devices, my laptop Windows is the favorite. I find the Chromebook is so easy that a person who doesn't need anything complex can use it simply. I mean, if you want to have a device with a larger screen and cheap and doesn't need you to do much maintenance, the Chromebooks you go to, because the laptop is maintenance, is attention. You need to download programs. You need to download software.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So. Okay.
Great, thank you.
No problem. So I'm going to Dina White. You can go ahead, Dina.
I became totally confused today because there are so many new devices and I didn't understand the purpose. I mean, even though I paid attention to the Chromebook, but I just can't comprehend the purpose because on my phone, I have that app, which I never bothered to use. So I didn't see the purpose of another device now. You am I explaining? I just don't understand the purpose if the same thing is on my phone. And now I'm learning this is a cheaper device and you don't have to do much maintenance or it's not as complicated as a laptop and the other devices. Am I saying this correctly? I don't understand the purpose of this cyber book.
The Chromebook? Well, if you don't need to buy one, reality, there is not much you can gather from today. It meant to be more like a source of information, just in case somebody asks you, what is a Chromebook? Probably you will know a little bit more than you knew before. But if you already have devices and you don't want to buy more, that's okay. So you learn a little bit about how they work. You just told me that you know now that they are cheaper, that they don't require much maintenance. You did not know that before. So the purpose of today's session was that you were informed on something that was new for you. So it's not so much me trying to get you to buy a Chromebook, it's much more me trying to explain what they are and how, if you know somebody who is looking to purchase one, now you can give them an idea because now you know a little bit more than you knew before you entered the meeting. So that's pretty much the purpose today.
Right, but I don't know. I just see, I see this, I don't know, looking at the iPad, my phone, and other devices, they have, basically to me, they have the same thing, but a different type of app that it's the same thing, you know, it's a different app on different devices that do the same thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Explain it right. But it's just so much to learn. It gets confusing, you know?
You know, when you go to the doctor and the doctor overwhelmed with information about your medical condition, it has it happened to you that usually you start grasping the things that resonate the most with you? Just take it the same way. If you have something from today's lesson, take that with you. As I say, I'm not trying to get to buy you a new device. If you are content with yours, not a problem. You just know, you just learn something new. That's it.
Oh, I know you're not trying to, you know, get me to buy anything. You're explaining what this device does.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I understand that, but I don't know. I was just looking at all of them. To me, all the devices might have a different type of app, but does the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, pretty much they all have different functionalities. Depends on the device. I will move to the next person if that's okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
Thank you.
Not a problem. Okay, Denise Webb. Go ahead, Denise, you can mute yourself.
Okay, yes. It was good because I didn't know what a Chromebook was, and now I know.
Nice.
And I do have an old computer, and I was gonna give it to the thrift store, but maybe I can. I guess how old do it have to be, or how old can it be to download the Chrome OS in it?
I did not find much information on how old it needs to be. It just happened to say that if they don't run any more actualizations or updates, you can try to get it to turn into a Chromebook. So you can give it a try. If you have a family or friend that might want to help you with this, I don't think this is something you should do by yourself. It needs to have certain level of technicality because you need to have the software, which is Chromium. I think it's called Chromium, if I recall correctly the name. So you can give it a try. I did not find, okay, if he is older than 2000 or 1990, it's not gonna work. It doesn't say any dates. It says that you can give a try. And technically, I don't see it as difficult to do because it will end working on the Chrome browser, and everybody can have access to a Chrome browser.
Okay.
You just won't have the ability to install anything new, which is pretty much what happened with all computers.
True. But I mean, you know, for someone that really not computer savvy, just to find out basic stuff or to do basic stuff, that would work.
Yeah, it will do. If you don't even know how to make it work, just you know, try to use the Chrome application or any other browser, and everything you do can be done through a browser. In factuality, you don't need to download applications.
This is Teresa. Can I just add to it?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the Chromebook, if any of you, and my reasons for wanting it to be part of the curriculum here is that if any of you decide that perhaps you've had enough of the iPad, the size, or whatever, and you wanted to go reach out a little bit more into the technology world, you may want the next best thing to consider is a Chromebook. The next best device outside of an iPad is a Chromebook, meaning it's simpler to work with.
Right.
It's not like owning a regular desktop where you have to download the apps and you've got to maintain it. There's so much work that comes in owning a laptop. So let's say you reach that point where all right, I have a little bit more technology. I want to explore another device beyond the iPad. So the Chromebook is the next best device to look into.
Okay.
Is that making sense, Annie?
Yeah, but I mean, it depends of everybody, right? So
yeah,
it
all depends. But I would recommend, rather than introducing you to one of my laptops where I have to heavily maintain it, I have to know what I'm doing when things go wrong, how to fix it. I would easily say if I had another senior who wants to get out of the iPad and get a laptop, I say go with a Chromebook. Yeah, basically.
Okay, less problem.
Yeah,
that's
the processor is less heavy, which means it's less expensive too. So that's why they are so cheap. Because with a laptop, you need so much for the laptop to work. And yeah,
if you look at this, about the size is real. It's really, this is about the size of a Chromebook. Very light.
I can show mine if you want, because mine is actually, let me.
Yeah, push it in my handbag and walk around in my handbag. I don't have to worry about applications. I don't have to worry about so many things because the Chromebook will give me the world. I don't have to worry about storage.
Yeah, so this is how it looks like, and it's very light. You see, very light. So, and if you have it on your hand, it seems like it's nothing. It doesn't. So you have it. This is an HP, and they have with different. They come with different models. So you can have HP, Acer. Like you can have different models. And usually, it's a Chromebook because it will have kind of this thing here in the corner. You see, it's a Chrome icon, and it will say Chromebook. Okay. I will keep taking questions since we have quite a few, and I don't enjoy leaving questions.
Also,
before I,
go ahead. If you need your kids, your grandkids, say, here, what would you like for the gift? Say a Chromebook.
Right.
Like a $180 Chromebook.
Exactly. It's easy to work with.
Yeah.
If you got, you want to step out of the iPad size.
You want to hear even something better? They have a menu that is called guest. And if you want to lock some capabilities of navigation, the kids can use the guest mode. That's what my daughter uses. And if you have any, you have kids at home, that's a good way. So Madeline, Jacqueline, Teresa. Okay, Madeline, go ahead.
Yes, my question is, I do have an old laptop.
Yeah.
And I would like to try downloading the Chrome OS.
Yeah.
However, will it just clear out all of my information that's on it, like files and pictures and documents? Or would I have to copy them somewhere else so I won't lose them?
That's probably it makes sense. It's probably the best solution. You will have to back up everything because you are changing systems, right? What work with the current system you have, it might not work with the Chrome OS system, and you don't want to end losing things that you actually want from there. So I will make sure that I back up everything, or I use an external memory tool to get that.
Like a flash drive?
A flash drive is quite a small thing. That is like a disc. It looks like a phone, like this size.
Okay.
And you can just plug it, and it will work like an USB, and you can plug it into your like a person who knows how to back up information. As soon as you have that flash, no flash, but that disc, it's like the size of a smartphone will help you with the backing up.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, Jacqueline, you next. Go ahead.
Yes, I have already downloaded that on one of my phones because I do use that other phone, but I use that only just for the TV.
Okay.
So I have a Chrome a Chrome.
A Chromecast.
Yes, on my other TV.
Yeah.
And a Fire Stick on the other TV, so the kids can watch whichever one they want to watch.
Yep. So that's good. Is that a comment, or that is something else that you have to?
I think is maybe it's probably a little better if you was to only just had your own, you wouldn't have to worry about download so much.
Yep, that's true. I also use a Chromecast, and I find that unless there is a Wi-Fi connection, it works. Like I don't have to worry about it. I don't even remember that
And you
exists.
also, you can take it anywhere you want to and plug it up wherever you want to on any device.
Yeah, that's right. So Chromecast is actually very, very nice. I have it for years now. So,
right.
Well, in general, the Chrome operating system, which is the Chromecast, I believe some of the sticks even, they navigate they're supposed to be user-friendly, which is the main reason why Teresa want to bring this today, like user-friendly. We want things to be user-friendly because it's not so complicated to navigate.
I use it not only just to watch Netflix, I watch it to play music and whatever else I need to do, do pictures and all that stuff on here.
Yeah.
It's a lot that you can do with that.
You can cast also your I don't like football, but at home we watch football now with the World Cup. So you can cast from your phone to the Chromecast because the Chromecast establishes that connection and you don't need to pay for it's one-time thing investment. And you pay like $100 one time and it's for life if you take care of it good and you are attentive to it.
Well, I actually had bought my own and I can use it the way I want to use it without have to worry about paying a bill is because I had already paid for it. It's already mine.
Nice. Okay. So I'm glad that your experience with that is good.
Yes.
That's a positive experience right there for everybody. So I will move to Teresa now. Teresa, you don't have a question anymore? Or do you? Oh, you do have a question still. Okay. Teresa Durbin. You have a question? You know, mute yourself.
Yes, I do. Yes,
okay.
I do.
Hi.
Two questions. Good afternoon. One question is, can I download the Chrome on my Android? The second question is, why would I need the Chrome if I already have an iPad? But that part you have answered. But the other part is, can I download the Chrome on my Android phone?
No, I think this system is mostly for a little larger device. I don't think you can get it in an Android because the Android is a compact device, navigates much like an iPhone, navigate with downloading application. So keep in mind, if you have a laptop, your laptop mainly navigates through the browser. Now the laptops are a little bit more advanced and they can download application. But the purpose of your smartphone, your Android, is to download applications. You know, it won't work that kind of system for your Android. It will mess up the whole Android system. Your Android work with a Linux system, and that is specifically designed for the smartphones, you know. So it's something completely different, so it won't work. Unless they change it at some point, but I don't see that. They will lose a lot of business. That's so, I'm trying to be honest here. So it won't be possible, unfortunately. It's not feasible, I say. Are you there, Miss Teresa?
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much.
No problem. Okay, Betty Jones. Go ahead, Betty.
Hi. I wish that I was able to put my hands on mine as you were talking about it. Have had it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And you told me a lot about it that I had no idea, and I wish I did, but I couldn't put my hands on it when you were going through your demonstration because I missed a lot. And I don't use this anymore because I don't know what the heck to do with it. So I just use my other devices. But here's mine, and I bought it about 2011 when it first came out. I've had it ever since, but it's in kind of like a rickety condition now. But if this comes back around, I'm going to make sure that I have mine out so I can follow along with what you're demonstrating.
You can watch the video. That will help, wouldn't?
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. So I'm glad that, yeah, I like my Chromebook. I can find that they are so easy and their battery is amazing. It lasts so much. It lasts a lot. Like my Lenovo, I need to connect to the electricity after an hour and a half. That just give you an idea how much energy consumption that is with normal laptops. So Chromebooks are also very affordable and energy friendly, if you want to call it like that.
Yeah. And I like this. I like the size of the keyboard, how it's expanded, because I have long fingers, and now these new devices, the keyboards have gone
much tighter.
Pardon me. Yeah, they're much tighter now. It reminds me of when the Macs first came out and how small they were. You had to put your hands together like this to type. But the Chromebook, you can spread your fingers out very well. So I'm going to get back into this.
There is not much optional keys either in the keyboard. So now, well, it's good that everybody's giving opinion, because I'm just recalling all the reasons that it will be good. So you don't have, you know how in a laptop, you have like 3 different characters in the same key, and a person will end not knowing what key they are using. So in Chromebooks, that is much more simplified. So it's good. Okay, yes. So Betty, I appreciate the feedback. That's nice. And I hope you keep enjoying your Chromebook. I will move to the next person if that's okay.
Thank you.
No problem. So Denise, go ahead.
Oh, hi, Amy.
Hi.
I want to know, I have a notebook PC that I went through the program, the program right here. I want to know, can I download the Chromebook on there?
The Chromium? Probably for that one you can.
The notebook PC?
Yeah, it's a notebook. Do you have what model it is? You know?
Oh, I wanted on with Teresa. I wanted as a prize. Oh, what model? Ooh. It says AS. I think it's ASUS.
Yeah, I have had notebooks before, and I think you probably can try there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's nice. It's a nice
And what is the reason why you don't use it anymore?
I use it, but I wanted to know, could I add that app on here too, or just should I leave it alone? Because
the problem with the notebooks, eventually, and most of all the devices, they stop doing updates and updating things, and that's when you cannot use it anymore, because everything will be out of date and you won't be able to use things, and there will be a lot of risk for viruses too, due to the lack of updates. So you can try it. I won't say I won't say no. I wish that I can give you a more secure answer, but I will say you can give it a try.
Right.
I think it might work. Yeah.
Or is it where you can go and look it up and see what devices they let you, update? I mean, put, like they say, name a different, different,
I can get you a link right
devices.
now.
Like different devices, the name of them, or then I would know if I could, do that.
Yeah.
Like if it say MacBook, or it say iPad, or it say like this notebook, what devices can you download?
Yeah.
On? I don't know. That's a little complicated one I gave you. I know. But I love it, so I might just invest in buying one then.
Yeah, I think that is like
an open. Catch one on sale.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna include in the conversation a link. Yeah, so you can give it a try.
Okay.
Probably there you are.
Okay. I'll take a picture.
Yeah. There you are.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. You have a safe and wonderful holiday.
Okay, you too. And sorry, somebody asked me a question. Do you have to have an ID with a Chromebook? No, you don't have to have an ID. Your ID is your Gmail. So when you sign into the Chromebook, it will ask you, okay, sign into your email account. And that is the sign in. You don't have to create an Apple ID. It's not needed. Like an ID. It's not needed. So Dolores, I have Dolores and Yvonne, and you know, that is everything for the day, I will say. Go ahead, Dolores Washington.
Yes, hi. I do have a Samsung Chrome. Yeah. And when I put in my when I added my Gmail address account to my iPad that I have, now I am not able to get any Gmail information on my Chrome. And when I tap on the Gmail, you know, that's on my Chrome, it just brings up a blank screen. So how do I get my Gmail back on my Chrome device?
So you are no longer having access to your Gmail in the Chrome, and when you open, it shows a black screen.
Right, I'm looking at it right now. I just got a blank screen. And then when I typed on this little circle thing, what is this thing? This little eye, it comes up and says, your connection to this site is not secure. You should not enter any sensitive information on this site. For example, like password or credit card, because it could be stolen by attack. And that's what come up. But as far as me trying to see any Gmail, it doesn't show any, I don't have any. It's a blank screen.
So when you click in the Gmail button, it's a blank screen?
Yes. The icon at the bottom with the M on it.
Okay. And have you tried to open from Google and look Gmail from Google?
I hate to laugh, but that was like, I didn't understand a word that you just said about that. I'm still in the learning process.
Okay, you know what Chrome is? Chrome, the browser?
The browser. Yeah. I mean, I just noticed the name of this laptop,
okay, you have like a little circle that has like a green dot inside. It has orange and it has red on it. Do you see something like that? Yeah.
What happened to my screen? Oh, yes, I see that little circle.
Okay, press that.
Google Chrome.
Yeah, pressing that.
Okay.
And what happened when you press Google Chrome?
Oh, that's when I still got the blank screen.
Oh, so it's not navigating.
Google Chrome. Huh?
It's not navigating then.
Yeah, when I press on it again, it go back to like the main screen, just you know, the main screen. But then when I pressed on it, when you just told me, it's just a blank screen.
Yeah. And have you been prompted to any updates lately?
Well, be honest with you, I've been using my iPad, so I haven't used it, you know, since when we was having a teaching as far as how you can add your Gmail to your iPad. Okay. And when I did that, that was a couple of months ago. Since then, I haven't been able to have the Gmail on my Chrome.
On the Chrome.
It comes, any message that I receive now, it comes on my iPad.
Yeah. And let me, how many icons do you see at the bottom of your screen?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I was looking at your icon. You had 9 and I had 6. I don't even see my, you know, with the setting and all that. Mm-hmm. So I'm only seeing, what I'm seeing is the Google Chrome, the Gmail, the Docs, the Play Store, Solitaire, and YouTube.
Okay, that's good. And let me check something here. Maybe all you need is, can you try to go to your settings?
Okay, that's what I got. That's what, let me see that. See, that's not on the top.
I would say if you, 1 second, if you don't have any questions and you need to do something for the day, you know, you can leave the session. We pretty much wrap. I'm just helping some participants who have questions, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
what did you suggest I do? I don't have no
you press in, you know what settings are in the Chromebook? You know,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Press in settings.
Yes.
Okay, and on the left side, go all the way to the bottom. And look for something.
I'm writing this down because you're in class. I'm just writing it down.
No, it's okay. You can actually try to do it, because if you don't,
I gotta find the setting. That's what it is. I'm not able to find it.
Settings. Do you see the time in the Chromebook? I actually can share my Chromebook so you see.
seeing those things.
You are using a different device for today's meeting? And your Chromebook at the same time?
Okay, see, that's what it is. I'm not seeing my settings as it usually be at the bottom, but that's not even at the bottom with the other icons on. So that's why I'm just going to write it and try it later, so I won't be holding up the class. I don't want to hold the class up.
We are finished. I just stay a little bit behind to help with questions, but
okay,
we are finished.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not, that's the thing. My setting is not on the front where it used to be. The setting.
So if your settings are not where it used to be, you probably want to press your power off button.
My what button?
Power off. Your power off button. You have a power off button in the Chromebook?
I see someone say the launcher.
Okay, click in the launcher then. And in the launcher, when you open the launcher, there will be a menu or an application that is called settings.
Okay, I see the settings. Okay, type on that.
Click in there, yes.
Okay.
And after, if you are in settings, at the bottom of the left part, there will be an option that says About Chrome Operating System.
About Chrome, okay, I see that.
Okay, tap and yeah, you will tap on that and there will be an option that says Check for Updates.
Okay, where I see that? About update?
On the right side, Chrome, it will say Google Chrome OS and it will say Check for Updates.
I see something about restart. I said, this is the last automatic software.
There you are. So probably it prompts you to restart the Chromebook. And since you haven't, so the Chromebook is not working as it's supposed to. So if it's prompting you to restart, just select OK. So
just tap, okay, just tap on the blue to say restart.
Yep.
Okay, it was a black, now it's a black screen.
Well, when things are not working, how they supposed to, usually they go blank. Okay, I will take Yvonne since Dolores is restarting the Chrome and I will call it a session. So Yvonne, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Annie. Annie, do I have to use Gmail in the Chromebook because I have Comcast as my provider? Do I have to put a Gmail account on my Chromebook? If I'm setting up one, and when I'm setting up the Chromebook, does it ask for my password for my Comcast email?
Yes, you will have to have a Gmail account working, but you can use your Comcast to create a Gmail account. And yes, you will have to type your email account to sign into your Chromebook.
Enter your password.
Okay, and it'll ask for my password, I would imagine.
Yes, that's correct.
All righty. Always good to see you, Annie. Thank you so much, and happy holidays.
Likewise, happy holiday for everybody. Okay, so we can say that this is a session. Thank you so much, everybody, for your lovely time, and I hope you have a nice rest of the day. And I hope to see you around until January then.
Thank you.